elevate their business, upgrade their business, they can jump in. So welcome, Vinny. I would like to ask you first question.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to address your questions.
Thank you. What's R2?
Oh, R2 is a standard that was developed by, we'll go into more detail about R2 series, but it was a standard developed to for reuse and recycling. It's practices for the management of reuse and recycling of electronic equipment. And it is, the process is globally. Generally includes any type of equipment that is designed primarily to store, process, and convey information electronically and accessories to such equipment. In this case, in the mobile device, we're talking about mobile device equipment, okay?
So it's not only in the US, it's international, basically.
It's international, it's global.
Perfect. And who's the authority behind the R2?
The authority behind R2 is R2 is a series, SERI. It's a Sustainable Electronic International Recycling. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting responsible reuse and repair and recycling of equipment.
Nice. And is the government part of the R2 program?
Actually, the government is, in a way it is, because government companies or the government really wants to make sure on the recycling end that somebody is going to recycle it properly. So it is part of the R2. However, you can still do business with the government because there are other recycling standards, but they favor R2. Let's put it that way.
Okay, very well understood. Why cell phone companies need R2?
Why they need it is because cell phone companies, when you look at R2, it's about collecting, refurbishing, repair, resell, demand, and recover assets. And they could be brokers and recyclers. So their customers require that if they're going to collect or refurbish or repair, that they become R2 certified because they know the standard covers that, the requirements of the R2.
And when you say demand, means demanufacturing, right?
Demanufacturing means that they take cell phones apart, and whether it's swapping out batteries or taking out circuit boards, that's part of the demanufacturing process.
Beautiful. Many people are doing this already without, being certified because there's a lot of money in it. What's the difference between R2 certified and non-R2 certified cell phone wholesale companies?
What the R2 and the R2 cell, there's no difference. Your question was, what is the difference between R2 and our non-R2s?
Yeah, certified company and non-certified company.
Okay, now you could be a non-certified R2 cell phone wholesaler. However, you have to prove to who you're selling to that you can meet the R2 requirements. So it makes sense to be certified rather than going through rigorous audits with every single company. So if you are R2, you're not going to get all these audits from your customers.
Okay. Okay. So because they will come and you'll be questions if a lot of devices will be ending up in landfill or being gone different areas or different other countries that they're not supposed to be. When you're R2, you follow the process to give the proof and the records.
That's 100% right.
Uh, the other most important question that everybody's asking me all the time, what is required to become R2 certified?
Well, you have to meet all the requirements of the standard of R2, which involves two other standards, ISO 14000 2015 and ISO 45000 2018. ISO 14000 is the environmental standard, and ISO 45000 is occupational health and safety standard. Those two standards support the R2 certification because they want to make sure that companies are doing things properly as far as making sure that material doesn't get into landfill, such as which we call focus materials. And on the other hand, the ISO 45000 covers making sure that the workers are working safely and they're not exposed to hazardous conditions.
So it doesn't really need to have a huge warehouse or a facility with lots of employees. You can start from a store or you can start from an office. It doesn't tell you that you have to have a huge size and 200 employees to become certified.
No, we have. I've done many R2s, and we have them as small as one person that is operating in a home or a garage that's set up for R2 processes.
Awesome. How long does it take to get R2 certified?
From 3 to 6 months. This is what we do. As far as other companies, it could take almost over 8 months.
Okay, perfect. And what is the registrar? We have the third-party registrar. People keep asking, what's that? The audit, what's that?
Okay, a registrar is a certified body, is an organization that is accredited in accordance with the requirements specified by Series R2 Code of Practices. There's only 5 that are certified to do third-party audits.
Awesome. And how does the audit look like?
Well, the audit looks like this. The whole auditing process is that the first thing, whether it's a consultant or you do it yourself, but we advise strongly to help. You need help because it's the consultant knows all, has the experience in doing doing internal audits. And once that is established, then a third-party auditor that we talked about, that's the registrar, will perform the documentation review. He'll review the manual, all the procedures, any work instructions, and then you prepare for a stage 1 audit. And in that stage 1 audit, they're going to make sure that you're ready for the final stage 2 audit, where you will be, once you get through the stage 2 audit, they'll be looking at all your records and making sure that you meet all the requirements, and therefore you will be granted a certificate.
And what would be the success rate when people come through this audit?
Well, as far as with us, we're 99%. There are a lot of companies, a lot of consultants that will only get you documentation, but with us, we take you all the way from the beginning to the end to make sure that you pass the audit. If
Awesome.
there's any non-conformances, we always make sure that we would correct them.
All right. So can we get certified faster?
Yes, we can. We use a fast track system, and we can do it in 2 to 3 months.
Nice, nice. People might be interested in this. I know personally many people would like to do that.
Yes.
The most important question for people who are going to get and participate in the program, how should they act during the audit?
Well, during the audit, all they have to be very calm and, you know, just answer questions honestly. Okay. Now, this is a point where we give guidance and training on the way they should perform. Again, the auditor will be asking them questions about uh, as far as their records, their documentation, and making sure they are following their processes and they understand their processes, procedures, and their records.
Sweet. Can the R2 get revoked? Can they lose their R2 certification?
Yes, in our experiences, there are companies that I call them one and done. They only wanted to go in there and get a certification for to win a contract with a customer, but they don't meet the requirements for the year. Every year there's a surveillance audit, and if they don't maintain the system, all the records and all the documentation, and they, basically that's really one and done there. They could get it. Yeah, they have to maintain the system.
Okay, so how can R2 certified company protect the certificate?
How they can protect a certificate is, again, by maintaining their records and documentation. We offer a nice program to keep them on this basically straight and making sure this maintenance program, they actually do everything they have to do to keep up their records and their documentation and perform their management reviews.
Nice, nice. And I know that we answered this question before, but I'm going to just repeat that the R2 certification is global, is worldwide standards, right?
Yes. Just like any, when you talk about ISO, that's International Standards Organization, which the R2 follows right along with ISO, all the ISO standards. So it's an international standard for this global.
People in Dubai, companies in Dubai, companies in Hong Kong,
yes, all over
Europe, all over, they can participate and they can get certified. Sweet. I want to give the conclusion of this quick interview, that the major takeaways from this, this meeting, that the workers will be trained in a prospective R2 applicant. It will take less than 8 months in general to be certified, and can be way less than that. And 99% is the success rate, which is very important information. Certification will change the way they do business, and that will change the lives of the owners of those small companies and their employees. And we will be providing documentation for auditors, so things will go smooth and easy for them.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Awesome. Well, in the end of this quick interview, I would like to thank Vincent, Sierra, and Judy for coming and give us all these answers. I've been getting asked these questions for a year now, and all these questions that you just answered, many people will benefit from. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later on.
Thank you, 100.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.